Hi, I'm Walter, and I'm the Dutch mentor. It is already January 22nd of 2025, 22 days into the new performance year. And I still get the question every single day, what should be my goals? Or what should my goals be for 2025? How do I measure my goals for 2025? Again, these exercises we should have gone through in November and December. Every single day into the new year is a day lost of performance. So it's critically important to get back to the fundamentals of understanding what is being asked of you. That's the North Star. What are the goals that you want to set for yourself and for your organization, for your department, for your team, for yourself? How do I measure them and then measure them on a daily basis? The other question comes my way is why should I get a mentor? Well, there's many reasons why you should get a mentor, and I put together the David Letterman top 10 list on why you should have a mentor. But if you stick around to the end, and I strongly encourage you to do so, for the simple fact I'm going to lay out why it is critically important for you to make a deep commitment to try to get that raise or that promotion this year. Just a $5,000 increase this year can have a significant implication in the span of your career into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So people often wait to be asked to come to a leadership academy or some kind of fellowship program, but far and few between. And it is extremely difficult for you to get into these courses. Therefore, you need to take, the bull by the horn and take action yourself. Again, that's the critical point I'm trying to get across. And this is not about me or the Dutch mentor. It's about making sure that you make a deep commitment to yourself to find a mentor, a volunteer mentor, or somebody you pay. Because the return on investment can be real. Again, I will talk a little bit about the programs I offer on the back end, but the emphasis today is really for you to challenge yourself. Why do I need a mentor? So here we go, the top 10. And number 10 on the list is because your attitude of I know it all is not a good look. And interesting enough, here is a big differential. I've found over the last 4 years of working with people and organizations that women are really good, are much better at asking for help than men. So make sure that you too look in the mirror and say, let me not short myself by thinking that I know it all. Right? Even if you think you've got all the answers, a mentor can point out where you need, where you might be bluffing or where you have a bit of that imposter syndrome. And it's critically important to be teachable. And, you don't know it all, and that's okay. That's a good quality. Right? We need to know what we don't know and then seek out that information. And you should not go on that journey alone. Number 9, to keep your ego in check. Right? Someone's got to tell you when your head is getting too big for your own good. It's a great way to establish accountability for self. One of the things that I do with all of my mentees is to do a deep check on self-awareness. I just pride and ego or overconfidence or a sense of superiority get into the way of making progress and building meaningful, deep partnerships and lead with cause. Number 8, for the secret handshake, right? The mentors know the unwritten rules and rituals of leadership that you cannot find in manuals. They will not teach you that in your bachelor's or master's degree program. Why? Because mentors have likely been there and done that. They've learned from their failures. It's a great way to share and to have conversations in confidence that you cannot have with your boss. Number 7, they've been there. They have done that. They can warn you about all of the pitfalls before you fall into them. And that's exactly the reason why I've made a deep commitment to set up the Dutch Mentor, develop the Pure Leadership Power Program. I've seen time and time again where people are very talented frontline team members are then trusted into leadership roles and they falter or they fall short or they never reach the full potential. Why is that? Because the valley of despair between doing and leading is great. Our leaders don't have the time to spend with you on a day to day, week to week basis to help you cross that valley of despair and to build competencies. So, mentors often have experienced this and now understand on how to avoid them, or at least, you know, travel down a road that they are familiar with and allows you to come out of it in an accelerated manner. Number 6, networking with a mentor is a gold mine, right? At the mentor's Rolodex. I have placed numerous people over the last 3 or 4 years that have worked with me, and then in conversation at an ACHC event, networking event, HFMA, it doesn't make a difference where online, or people sometimes just reach out to me, recruiters do. Hey, do you know somebody, have somebody in mind? Somebody could be a good fit, right? It is about getting the exposure you need in order to set yourself up for success. Number 5, let's go back to number 5. Oh, there's a duplication there. That's an error on my part. See, even mentors make mistakes, but we overcome them by just going forward, right? It is fail fast and fail forward. So number 4 on the list is learning from their mistakes. See, I just made a mistake. I learned from that. Next time I need to double check my work. Well, you too are going to make lots of mistakes along the way, and that's okay. A road that is traveled from point A to point B in a straight line is not real experience. Any leader that tells you that they got from the bottom to the top in a straight line is probably not a very well-rounded leader. All right, so learning from your mistakes brings real growth and development. Number 3, a sounding board for crazy ideas or a sounding board for crazy days. Sometimes you need to have an outlet, right? That both help you brainstorm in a safe environment to come up with all kinds of crazy ideas. And other days you just need to cry or to hoot and holler or to let go so it doesn't impact your team members or your organization. Having that safe space to go to on a weekly basis, not on a monthly basis, but on a weekly basis, is the key to success. Number 2, they'll push you harder than you push yourself. There's a time, sometimes you need that extra little nudge to get to the next level. Now, my style is not to hold you accountable. My style is to teach you how to hold yourself accountable. I use scorecards. I use color metrics. I use daily measurement of self. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be your crutch. As a mentor, I want to, encourage you. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. But at the end of the day, the actions have to be taken by you consistently to drive to new normals and sustainability. And then number 1 and last, to show that the leadership isn't about a title, right? A mentor teaches you that true leadership is about making an impact, not just climbing the corporate ladder. It's not what you do to people, but it's how you make them feel. Our style that we encourage is situational leadership, servant leadership, where people learn to lead with confidence, but still remain very humble. Where the hierarchy is flat, where we remain open door policy, where we can listen, where we can learn, where we can love the people that we lead. We lead to context and not control. All these things are critically important to become a well-rounded leader. Now, with that said, people ask me, so why should I invest money? Now, again, I think that all of the organizations should be investing money in you. I believe that mentors should be assigned to new leaders coming into organization right out of the gate. For the first 6 months or first year, you work alongside an outside mentor who's been there and done that. Why? Because you will accelerate your onboarding process. Your integration into the culture of the organization you're joining will be that much faster. The ROI is obvious. I think that all leaders in organizations, from the team leader all the way to the C-suite, should have consistent mentorship on a weekly basis. Now, we keep spending lots and lots of money on going to conferences like ACHE event in Houston. I love it. I'm going to it. I'm enthusiastic, but I go there to see people, not to learn. Yes, I have to go to the CMEs. And yes, I will try to take something away from it. But we have to be honest about it. By Monday morning, we have forgotten probably everything that was said, or maybe except for one or two things, if we took meaningful action. But the same thing is about mentorship. And I want to just lay out a finance case for you. Now, let's say that your starting salary is $90,000. That's about right for a middle manager. If you miss out only one raise this year, $5,000 in 2025, what is the implication of that? If you take into account your normal, trajectory of a middle manager over a span of a lifetime, let's say another 30 years, and that you have a 15% savings of salary, right? 85% to expense, 15% goes to savings. The earning differential, the shortfall, is about $200,000. Think about that for a minute. That's a significant return on investment. If you invest $5,000 today, or for that matter, $1,500 today, and work closely with a mentor for a year, that results in a $5,000 raise, you get to enjoy an additional $120,000 to $200,000 in your retirement account. Well, I take that ROI every day of the week. So you have to think about this for yourself. Why should I get a mentor? Well, because it's the right thing to do for your career trajectory. You'll bring joy back into learning to lead instead of just manage people. I always, enjoy working with our nurse managers. They are the hardest working managers. They get all kinds of pressure from below and all kinds of pressure from the top. And they go from being a great bedside nurse to becoming a nurse manager. And then what? But the same can be said for doctors and for ancillary administrative staff. I don't care if you come from finance or information technology, insurance companies, or a Fortune 500 company. Most organizations do not support their team members to the extent necessary to bridge the gap or to accelerate your careers. So you owe it to yourself that if you want to bolster your portfolio, right, your retirement account, make an investment today. Now, at the Dutch Mentor, we offer a great opportunity to join a membership. That's a monthly commitment of $399. You can sign in and sign out whenever you want. There's no long-term implication, although I'll tell you that every single person has joined the membership has stayed and is still here today. None of them have resigned because people see the value of that. If you still have doubts, reach out to me and book a free consultation via my website, thedutchmentor.com. I'd be more than happy to, share my information with a couple of my mentees and have a conversation with them. Go to the website and listen to some of the testimonials there. Again, this is not about me. This is about you. You owe it to yourself, right? That you need to make an investment in self. You paid $100,000 for your bachelor's. Now there's $60,000 or $80,000 for your master's degree. But they don't teach you the fundamentals of really good leadership. They don't help you to be successful in interviews. If you can get it to the second or third round, then ask the question, why? Well, come and seek a mentor. Join our membership. Join our 6-month program. For senior leaders, if you want to be successful, your teams need to be successful. If you go from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting, it's hard to set them up for success. I'm there for you. You can use me as your intermediary. I can work with your team 1 hour per week on 1 or 2 metrics for a span of 52 weeks. I guarantee my work. If we don't get that metric across the finish line, your money back. Again, I've worked with lots of teams. Nobody's ever asked for their money back because we see progress. I work on people and their leadership capabilities and their enthusiasm and their motivation, as well as working on the metric itself. So remember, folks, the only thing worse than having a mentor is not having one. Thinking you are doing just fine is not the right approach. It's not a winning approach. Asking for help is. So reach out to me, set up a free consultation, and I look forward to working with all of you. At least, I promise you that 30-minute phone call that we have will be value adding. And it is really up to you to make the choice. Do I want to proceed on my own, or do I want a little help along the way? And I just think about the Olympics. There's not a single athlete that goes to the Olympics and wins a gold medal without a good coach a mentor on their side. So you too make the right choice for yourself. Have a wonderful day. Good luck. And I look forward to having meaningful conversations with all of you. Take care.